Wix is the website builder that just keeps on giving. It's giving...
I just built my whole site in under an hour.
It's giving...
I actually made that?
Whoa.
It's giving...
Our sales are through the roof.
So whether you need help expressing yourself or just need something to make your life easier, Wix has you covered. Try it out at Wix.com.
It's homecoming season at HBCUs, when generations of alumni come together to celebrate Black culture and community. State Farm honors the strength of those communities and legacy, pride, and unstoppable energy of the HBCU family. That's why State Farm agents are committed to helping you choose the coverage you need so you can protect the things that matter most. And that's something to celebrate too. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Lucy, don't remember Lucy got hit by a car and landed on... Yeah, Lucy got hit by a car when she was drinking one night and landed. She got hit and then landed like a cat on all fours, got up and walked away and told the driver to fuck off. Yeah, she's got a funny story about that. It's crazy the things we did at uni. I mean... Funnily enough, you mentioned Manchester. I had a night out in Manchester. It was supposed to be a night out with my mate, Nikki Scott. Hi, Nikki. We went to Canal Street, which is this big area of Manchester where there's all that kind of really good gay nightclubs and stuff. And I remember the night starting, and then I remember it was 3 days later. Yeah. I don't remember anything in between. I just remember being in all these clubs, having a good time, sort of like flashcards of a night out, that's it. And I just remember thinking, wow, that was a good night out. And then Nikki saying that we've been out for 3 days.
Oh, my God.
And that was my night out in Canal Street, one night. Yeah.
3 nights.
God, isn't that bonkers? Yeah. What was I doing? I mean, really, seriously, Hamish, what was I doing? Yeah. Can you imagine? God, how did I survive that?
The stories that we've missed out on. Imagine the stories from that night we could have included in the podcast.
I think amyl nitrate was involved. Do you know amyl nitrate?
No, tell me.
It's that thing that you sniffed in a bottle that made you...
Oh, poppers.
Yeah, poppers, yeah. That has got to be so bad for you, that stuff. What even is that?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, we mentioned at the start of the episode that we were inspired by one of the emails we received, an email from someone in their 20s who decided to give up alcohol. Even the idea of this was alien to us growing up, despite the warning signs, the injuries, the hangovers, the lack of memories, and the run-ins with the police. Neither of us even thought of giving up. The question is why?
Well, it's easy to make up excuses for ourselves, but the truth is we didn't see anyone else doing it, so we had nobody to model off. Now, I know that's a cop-out, but I think there's an element of truth to it.
There so is. If everyone's doing something, why would you look outside of that?
Yeah.
There's no need to, is there? I had a lack of a better idea of how to fill the time. I wasn't creative because my mind was stunted by alcohol, which I realise now in sobriety. I stunted all my creativity. So I had no idea of how to fill the time. What else was I going to do? When I wasn't watching Countdown, I was drinking. Yeah. I was recovering.
And trying hard is what the nerds did.
Yeah, trying hard was the losers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The losers were my goal people. I realise that now.
Right.
I wanted to be them.
Yeah.
So therefore I knew I couldn't. So therefore I shunned them like a horrible bully.
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot, right? When you speak to people about being sober, people often react badly because they maybe want to be sober and you're doing the thing that they want.
Yeah, because they feel they can't do it.
Yeah.
So therefore you shun the thing that you think you can't do.
We were not mature enough to realise that we were lucky to be at uni and should be focusing our time and energy on getting the best possible grades. In short, we were spoilt little brats. Now, I feel this a lot about uni.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I said, when I went, there were fees and my dad paid the fees.
Right, so that would ensue some guilt.
Guilt, for sure. I was like, what a prick. Like, I cruised uni. I got more than 40% in the first year, but not a lot more. And then the way it's set up in England is you get a first, which is 70% plus, a 2-1 is 60% plus, and the mindset is a 2-1 is good enough. Get 2-1 and get a job.
Yeah.
And I can remember, like doing the maths and being like, right, I need to get not that much to get 2-1. I did well in my second year. If I do well in my dissertation, then I can cruise the rest and get 2-1. That was my mindset on something that I wasn't paying for. Like, so spoiled. Yeah, I have shame about that for sure. Yeah. Not trying my hardest. There was another guy at uni with us who wasn't crazy smart, but he tried seriously hard and he got first. And I'm thinking, I could have got first. But that's not the mindset,
Not the mindset. It's
2-1 is enough. The first year's a joke. Just do what everyone else is doing.
It's just about winging it for me. Like, if drink's involved and drugs and you're a people pleaser, those three things are going to mean you're trying to wing your time through education because you're distracted by the party and you want to be doing something else. So you've got to get the work done to be able to go out. I remember my mate Vic. Hello, Vic. I'm mentioning all my mates that I owe apologies to. She wrote my dissertation for me.
Really?
Yeah. I had to do at film college. I had to do a dissertation. I think I did it on the film Scarface. And she wrote this amazing dissertation for me and gave it to me. Yeah,
What?
Yeah. Thank you, Vic, for doing that for me. No, she just did it for me. I was struggling. She was like, "Oh, I'll help you." She wrote the whole thing on one of those. Do you remember those typewriters? Do you remember those electric typewriters you had to use? Yeah. We didn't have computers when I was at university.
Wow.
I had electric typewriters that you put paper in the back of.
Who is this lady?
Yeah, Vic. She lives in Perth. She's my mate.
You're still
Lives in Margaret
friends?
River. Yeah.
She bought like a lifetime of friendship doing a dissertation.
Yes, she sure did.
Good on her.
Yeah. Drugs and alcohol were the fuel of building friendships and relationships when I was at university. In short, they were considered what the cool kids did. Would we be liked if we were sober at uni, Hamish? I'm not so sure.
I know. Well, I've got a story to tell here, which I went for a walk with a friend in Sydney last week, and he said to me he's not sure if he's going to give up alcohol forever or not, but either way, he's got no regrets about his drinking years based on the friendships he made and the memories he created. And I sort of, he obviously isn't a problem drinker, so I guess I can understand that mindset. And actually the fact that mindset, I'm sure thousands of people would agree with, sort of shows up how broken the system is.
Yeah, it is. And that's the problem with uni. You've summed it up right there, Hamish. Alcohol is normalised at university, as it is in various workplaces and various countries and various activities. It is normalised. So therefore, if something is normalised in your environment, it makes it okay. And at university, it made it okay. Whereas really, your friend would have experienced a much, much better time at university if he'd been sober. I can assure you 100% that would have been the case, like I would have done. I would have had better friendships. I would have finished. I would have stayed. I would have had bonding situations with people that I would remember, whereas the bonding situations that I had were rowdy and riotous and nothing but me dribbling on a stranger. That was as far as it went. So looking back, I regret not being present and alert at uni.
Another reason that we probably didn't stop drinking at uni was the fact that we didn't think it was weird or even a problem yet. Like you said, society said it was normal. This is what uni's all about, but that's all the convincing we needed. We weren't looking for a reason to get out. Have any of your mates from uni, I know you weren't there too long, have any of them gone on to have a problem with alcohol?
I'm sure they probably have. I have no idea. I wasn't there long enough, and I didn't keep in touch with anybody because my bonds weren't that strong because I was drunk. So therefore, I do have some mates from uni, a couple of them, but I wouldn't say they're my best mates in the world because I was off my head and the bonding wasn't real. If I'd been sober, I bet you I'd still be great friends with those people.
Well, I've got a couple. Well, definitely one who's gone on to have a problem with drinking. And, I guess that it's a culmination of 2 years. It's your gap year, if you took one, which is very booze heavy. Then that first year of uni, which doesn't mean anything, is booze heavy. And then second and third year, inevitably, it takes a pretty strong-minded person to get your head back on track and work really hard when you've had 2 years of getting pissed every day.
And then you probably normalise it. You don't realise that you're doing it after university. It's become so normal in that environment. Then you go into another environment, no matter what job you do, and you're probably subliminally seeking out jobs that have a culture within them because you want to carry on the only thing that you know how to do. It's really interesting, isn't it? It's like a domino effect.
I can remember, loads of my mates went into insurance.
Right.
And they tell you about how Fridays are at the pub at midday and you don't go back to the office and it's on the company card. And I can remember thinking, amazing. I never wanted to work in insurance, but I remember thinking any job that you're whining and dining on a company card and getting pissed in a pub during the working day is like the ultimate.
I remember at 16 doing my work experience in London at an advertising agency. Same thing. I was like, I want to be in advertising. All they do is drink all day. Yeah.
Well, the only job I got at uni was in a comedy club. You could drink on the job.
Yeah, God. So that's what I mean. We were searching it out. So perhaps if we'd been sober earlier, we'd be searching out better careers that didn't involve us drinking. It's odd. It would be easy for us to rehash the usual suspects like the promiscuity, the injuries, the blackouts, the shameful actions and the hangover anxiety. But there is actually something far more serious bubbling away under all of that.
I actually discovered a study on the addictioncenter.com which completely rocked me with 2 facts. The first is this. Individuals in their early to mid-20s are the most likely to abuse alcohol and suffer from alcohol use disorders. The younger that an individual starts consuming alcohol, the more likely they are to develop alcoholism later in life. This is especially true of individuals who start drinking before 15.
So rather than being encouraged to drink at uni, we should be warned about the risks of developing an addiction. I mean, that is never mentioned at uni, is it?
It's so
Not
obvious.
once do you have a warning at the beginning in that Freshers Week about alcohol.
No.
Not once. Would we have listened, though? That's the question.
We wouldn't have.
Probably not. No.
We'd have thought they were a loser for saying it. The second fact, though, this is even worse. I honestly couldn't believe this. It says, the more highly educated an individual is, the more likely they are to consume alcohol. Okay? In the US, 80% of college graduates drink. Only 52% of individuals with no college education drink alcohol.
So therefore, the pressure that they're putting themselves to work hard, to play hard, it all leads to consuming more at university, of course. We're not the smart ones, we're the dummies, hey.
That comes as no surprise to anyone who's listened to this podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Bottom-based humour.
Yeah.
So other than avoiding a potentially lifelong drinking habit, what other benefits might we have profited from if we'd had a sober university life?
Okay, the obvious one, better grades.
Of course, yeah, we would have.
Finishing altogether.
Or A grade.
Yeah. Just a D. Just a D would have been enough.
Just a D would have been good, yeah. Just anything. I'm sure we both have friends that we got wasted with who would have fallen by the wayside as we grew up.
100%.
Wix. It's where website creation meets AI, and where your boldest ideas become real. It just takes one platform to build a site that looks great and does everything you need it to. And it just takes one person, you, to start taking care of business like a 10-person team. With AI tools for creating an entire website from scratch or testing new ways to make money, Wix is there with you from day one. Try it out now at Wix.com.
I'm Dr. Sarah Ray Hall, the founder and CEO of Armra. I developed Armra Colostrum because I know your body was designed to thrive. It's your natural state, your birthright, and you can reclaim it. Colostrum is the first nutrition we receive in life, with every essential nutrient our bodies need. It's nature's original blueprint for health. After a devastating health crisis almost took my life, I made it my mission to harness this power. Using proprietary technology, Armra captures over 400 bioactive nutrients in every scoop, delivering over 1,000 benefits that transform your health at its foundation. Whether for gut health, metabolism, skin, hair, immunity, mood, energy, fitness, or recovery, I invite you to join this collective revival of health and discover radical transformation for yourself. Visit armra.com, that's ARMRA.com, and enter code HEALTH30 for 30% off your first subscription order. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The opportunity to enjoy everything that uni had to offer. So I did student radio and I was in a bagpipe band at the start, but thank you, yeah. But neither of them lasted. Yeah, I never joined a sporting team.
Did you blow out of steam? Did you run out of steam?
Good.
Oh God, there's a bagpipe joke in there, but I can't quite get it.
But yeah, I think in my first year, I remember doing all those things and looking at the activities you can sign up to and the sports you can sign up to. And by the second and third year, that's too much effort.
Yeah, I remember John saying the same thing. He was in all the sports team, the rugby team the first year. And then afterwards, he never used to show up because he was always hungover. And then it's like, well, why would I bother? So you actually stop doing the things that you've gone there to do.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I did student radio and you sign up and that day they say, right, you do Monday on 6 p.m. and you're on air. It then took me like 11 years to get back on air.
God.
And then sport.
That was your passion.
That was my passion. And then sport... now trying to organise 22 mates to meet up on a weekend and play any kind of sport, it doesn't happen. We live near a tennis court here. I don't know anyone who plays tennis.
No.
You can't
I'll play tennis.
Yeah, no, I don't want to play with you.
I like tennis.
No, we're going to have a frisbee match soon, actually.
Oh, yeah, frisbee. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll stick to that.
Yeah.
We might have actually remembered the best time of our lives.
Yeah. Both of us, very hazy memories.
Very hazy days.
For you, 4 months. For me, 3 years.
Yeah.
We would have set the example to anyone else questioning their alcohol consumption.
Yes, imagine seeing someone that's sober at uni when you were considering it. That would have been extremely helpful and very rare.
Well, that's what this dude that emailed us is probably.
He is doing that.
Yeah.
What a star. We would have built up immense self-confidence from a very young age. Saying no when everyone around us is saying yes would have been absolutely incredible. Still putting yourself out there, clubbing and socialising, but doing it all sober would have been massive back then. Huge respect from your peers for doing this. I mean, imagine... I did have mates that were sober, and I just thought they were so weird. Like, how did you do that? My mate Dana in America, she was sober throughout the whole time we travelled together. I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe that she could do that. It was she was amazing to me.
I actually would have explored the cities that I visited and have spent the booze money on something more memorable.
Yeah.
Open-top bus tours.
Yes.
Always a hit.
Always a hit. Less shame about the wasted opportunity, like you with your guilt and your parents paying for uni, and me, not feeling like I was living up to what my parents wanted. I felt a lot of guilt and shame, and that would have led to more drinking. So it's a whole salad bowl of mixed up emotions and feelings and pressures and everything that's going on. It makes us drink at that age, which is a shame because there's a lot going on at that age, and you don't have to drink through it, people. Like, you can do this sober. It's really important to say that. It will be a much better experience. It's
pretty wild that, those are the years where you're meant to, what is university for? I think university is for growing up. People think 18, you're too young to enter the real world. So growing up, it's for finding out what you want to do with your life, and it's like getting the grades to take that step into finding your first job. And actually, they're the years where we get pissed more than the other year.
Yeah,
and
it's actually reversing all of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sadly, we don't get to wind back the wheels of time and redo life. But if you could, Vic, how would you have spent your uni years?
I would have gone.
Sure. Yeah, actually attended.
Yeah. I'm gutted that I didn't know better and missed the opportunity to educate myself and turn up for lectures and be present with my friends and all of those things we've discussed. That lifestyle destroyed my mental health, a battle that nearly broke me. It took a few years for me to get over all of that. I just didn't know another way of behaving, in which in turn I obliterated any chances of doing a career. Of course, I'm doing something now that's cool, whereas if I hadn't done all those things, I wouldn't be doing this podcast, which I love, or writing a book. I wouldn't have stories. So there is something to be said for that as well. But I just went travelling and never came back, and I had no qualifications in the end. I think it was my people-pleasing ways that overtook my own mental health, and in the end I hit a wall, and actually I had to move home and get my parents to pick me up. It was awful. I wish, Hamish, that I could go back and give that party girl a bit of a cuddle, because I think she was really, really lost, and I'd tell her to stop and calm down and go to class and stop the spiral before it destroys the next 20 years of your life. I know it's serious, Hamish, but your stats are 100% right. That period of boozing and trying to impress everyone and making friends and all of that pressure at uni, it led me down a dark path. But I guess, I do have some good stories from it.
You do have good stories, but would your book be better written if you'd studied at uni? Imagine the beginning, middle, end, the structure, the bibliography, the reference.
It would. It would be better read as someone who was an intellectual, but the stories would be very dull.
Yeah, true. Maybe the juice is worth the squeeze.
It is, it's true. I regret not appreciating university, really, is what I'm trying to say, Hamish. I think university is a chance to find out what you love, who you are, and what you want out of life. An opportunity to allow your mind to grow, and I did the reverse. I shrank my brain and therefore had to wait because I was too distracted by booze. What about you?
I think, honestly, if uni was still set up the way it was then today, and I think it probably is, in terms of that first year not counting, in terms of getting a 2-1 being good enough, so to speak, I think I'd have given it a miss. Yeah, I quite happily have not done uni. I don't know if I regret going to uni, but it was just a piss up. Like that is all that it was. There was nothing more to it than getting drunk for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I think, if I was going to wind back the wheels of time, I just wouldn't have done it. And particularly for me...
Or you would have done it sober.
If
you could have done.
Yeah, if I'd have been brave enough. If I'd have been a big enough character to do it sober, I would have done.
Yeah.
But I think particularly for me, because I during my gap year, so you've already applied for uni and signed up and stuff when you leave for your gap year. But doing your gap year is when I figured out what I wanted to do with my life, which was to present TV and radio. And actually, I knew then that nothing I was going to learn at uni was going to help me with that. I was doing English lit at uni.
But yet you still do it because it's kind of expected of you.
I'd already signed up, And I guess the mindset is, well, you need a fallback. Like, you've got to have a degree because you might have to get a real job at some point. So actually, either not have done it at all or I don't think 20-year-old me could have not done it drinking.
I think it's a funny time to go to uni. I think you should go at 25 or 30. Like the most successful people I know go back to uni later on in life. And some of the most successful people I know are people that started a trade when they were 16 and carried that trade on going throughout their lives, carpentry or whatever it might be, or being a plumber or something. Those are the jobs that, you start earning money early on and you build your way up and go up the ladder. Whereas at uni, you come out, you've got a degree, and then you've still got to go through the same process as everyone else, and feeling not good enough and feeling like your qualification isn't anything to do with what you want to do. So I think what we're saying here, like, is go to uni. Like, it's a great opportunity, but do it, try and do it well. Yeah. Don't miss out on it. And if you want to educate yourself in something, do it sober, because you're not going to remember it otherwise. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be a total waste of time and money. Yeah. And you're going to end up in loads of debt and feeling like shit and guilty because you didn't fulfil the thing that you wanted to do. It's easy for us to say that now.
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late for us. Too late and we wouldn't listen to us.
I mean, I might go back to university one day and study something. I would love to actually study creative writing, like you've just said, and make sure all my commas are in the right place rather than having an editor do it, Like, I would love to go back and expand my mind a bit more without taking hallucinogenic drugs.
Sure. Well, it'd be actually interesting to talk to that guy that sent that email once he's finished uni and be like, what was it like sober?
Yeah.
Because his experiences would be so different to ours.
I bet you he'd say he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I bet you.
Imagine the time he had on his hands.
Yeah. You have to email us. He knows who he is. He knows that email. The one that made me cry at the airport. Yeah. I did respond to him and say, I'm at the airport and I'm crying. Your email was so lovely. It was so moving. Yeah. So if you're at uni and you find yourself taking the first step down a dangerous drinking path, feel free to reach out. Find some professional help. Find our community on Cuppa and send us an email at vicandhamish@soberawkward.com.
If you've given up or are even thinking about it, you are already a far stronger person than either of us were at that age. So share your story and inspire others too. I think we end with a quote. I think the fact that this is a Robert Downey Jr. quote maybe shows that we didn't really listen. There should be like Nietzsche or like Descartes or Van Gogh. It's flipping Robert Downey Jr. But it is a good quote.
We like a good quote from a celeb. A sober celeb. He's a sober celeb,
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, he's definitely sober. Well, don't you remember, there's a famous picture of him in jail. He was really off his head. I think he was on drugs and booze, and he got arrested, didn't he, Robert Downey Jr.? But his career has gone from strength to strength since he gave up everything. So he's a good example.
He's a sober legend.
Yeah.
Okay, go. I think that power is the principle. The principle of moving forward, as though you have the confidence to move forward, eventually gives you confidence when you look back and see what you've done.
Okay, yes. Quite confusing, that one.
It is quite confusing, actually. I must have read that when I was smart, and I've got dumber.
You have to explain that one to me after the podcast.
If you get that, email us at vicandhamish@soberawkward.com.
The principle, confidence and principle.
Basically, be sober at uni is what he's saying, and see what that's like.
Robert Downey Jr. says, be good at uni.
Yeah, try hard.
Try harder and stop drinking. The end. Farewell, everybody. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Ever see an idea so clearly in your head, but struggle to find the time to get it all done? Wix helps you go from,
I'll get to it,
to
done.
build a full site just by describing your idea. Let an AI agent handle daily tasks, plan your next marketing campaign, or help out customers so you can grow your business the way you want without it taking over your life. Try it out at Wix.com.
It's homecoming season at HBCUs, when generations of alumni come together to celebrate Black culture and community. State Farm honors the strength of those communities and legacy, pride, and unstoppable energy of the HBCU family. That's why State Farm agents are committed to helping you choose the coverage you need so you can protect the things that matter most. And that's something to celebrate too. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey, Hoops fans, the new NBA season is here, and the Athletic NBA Daily is your daily dose of basketball breakfast. Join me, Dave DeFore, Zena Keita, and Espera Henny Monday through Friday, and Andrew Schlecht and Alex Spears on Saturday for the freshest stories, the hottest takes, and all the highlights from around the NBA, all before you finish your first cup of coffee. Whether it's a sizzling performance, a spicy trade rumor, or some smooth stat lines, we'll serve it piping hot and ready for you. So check out the Athletic NBA Daily on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.